Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hardcore Heroes Otherside. So, you're all in the town square.
Yeah. Speaking
The
of,
other
where
nobles-
is Jeeves? Is he with us?
You haven't seen him in a little while.
Okay, he's not one of the people on the ground?
No, he's not one of the people on the ground.
Okay,
Is
good.
he in the temple?
You have no idea. He's somewhere.
Okay. He was the one who was carrying Chester, so...
How can Jeeves carry Chester?
I believe I can cancel a spell at any time, but it also can't break out of people's grasp. So if I were to hand it to somebody, would that be a... I literally gave him Chester.
You haven't cast Weighty Chest on it, have you?
No. It only lasts for a week, too.
I think I helped him carry it before. So maybe he dragged it around after us or something? I don't know. We told him to follow us.
Yeah, he was, because I had him carrying the chest, since Jeeves doesn't really carry anything else.
So he was just sitting in the corner of the temple on this chest.
He has become our Nodwick. But, yeah. I guess we'll find him whenever we get the chance.
Sure. Well, the world's your oyster right now.
Okay, so... yeah, I guess Van will knock around on a few doors that we know people are in and ask around. Just shout Jeeves a few times.
Okay. Sure enough, you do find him. I just want to check on your AC. It's 18 without the shield and 21 with the shield, right?
20 with the shield. 20 with the shield. It would become 22 if I were to cast, what's the spell called? Unfailing Premonition or something like that?
That's the spell.
Yeah, I have a spell that gives me a +2 AC bonus, but it's 18 normally, 20 with the shield, 22 with that spell that I cast semi-occasionally.
Just changing the overlays. Sure enough, you look around and you can find Jeeves.
Okay.
He hasn't gone far. He's sitting in the half pint looking at one of the windows at you, currently sitting on Chester.
Cool.
Yeah, and I think I will help with preparations to move to the keep.
Okay. Between the 7 of you, you can spread the word to the people fairly easily that everyone's going to move to the keep for safety. But you have large swarms of people wondering what's going on. There's mass confusion and more than a little panic. Do you have anything you want to say to them to try and calm their agitation?
I'm going to say, if I see people panicking, Van's going to say, we have clerics researching this issue right now. We're going to figure out what's going on.
Oh, people
we have our top men on this. They're making it a priority.
Our ranger will deal with it.
Look, we're going to go slay the Shadow Dragon and go back to the Prime Material Plane. Don't worry about it.
By the way, Neal, I'm trying to keep an eye on the guy who the creature entered.
Sure. What about the others? They have friends that are showing up, or sometimes family members that are showing up to help them along, picking them up off the ground and trying to encourage them to walk.
Do they walk, or can they walk?
It seems that this fit wears off in a few minutes, and eventually they're able to stand and move, and they're complaining of a stomach ache, or maybe their chest feels a little bit tight or something, but they can walk, and they're slowly getting better.
The guy we dragged in, I take a good look at him. I have no medical proficiency, but I just looking at him, looking for something odd or anything. It seems suspicious that they are just getting better. This is not normal. And at one point, I will motion to Van to come over. Van,
yes.
This isn't normal.
I would say not.
Those creatures entered those people, and after this kind of fit, they seem fine.
Wait, they're up and moving again?
Yes.
Then looks back at the square where everybody's not lying down on the ground anymore.
Yeah,
I don't trust this. These creatures are probably.
Do you know? Do you have them identified? We should probably keep them quarantined for the sake of safety.
Let's those 2 guards. Let's get them onto it.
Sure. See if you can find whoever it was that collapsed in the square, and we'll keep them quarantined in their own room in the keep. I have some spells I can cast tomorrow to try and see if there's anything off about them.
I will get the 2 guards, and we try to quarantine the people with those that were affected by these creatures. Kind of get them into a group with their families and friends, so they're kind of quarantined from the rest.
If I see the group put together, Van's going to say, "We just need to keep you together. I'm going to be casting some spells on you in the future to see if I can find anything off about you, anything that might have affected you from those creatures. See what I can do to help."
The 2 town guards successfully round up everyone, at least everyone that you think was affected. They bring a total of 7 people, including the 1 person that you put into the temple around.
How many people were affected at all? 7?
7 people.
Do they all have family and friends with them?
No. 3 of them have friends, 2 of them have family members, 2 of them are by themselves.
Okay. I will speak with the ones by themselves and just, how are you feeling? What happened? Do you know anything? Did you see anything? Feel anything? What did you feel?
Hold on 1 sec. Okay, just need to make some notes here. There was this thing on me, staring into me, and then it just kind of moved towards my face, and I closed my eyes and winced, and there was this piercing pain, and I felt like I was breathing in fire and ice at the same time, and then I felt like I had eaten something rotten, and I had to puke it up, and then just my entire core was in pain.
How are you feeling right now?
I think I'm okay. I think whatever it was is past, or is passing.
Don't be too sure. We are keeping you guys in check right now, quarantined from the rest, just in case. Wherever we are, this is no normal place, and I don't trust it. So you're just, Don't worry, we keep you safe.
Person nods.
I give him an awkward smile and a pat on the back.
The guards and knights and nobles have got everyone in a line together, and everyone marches off towards the keep, which, if you're looking at the map, is up here on this big raised area. These gray markers are elevation markers. So everyone comes up the main road, then turns and goes up through the gates, which are here, and then up into the keep itself.
On the way, I keep I could keep an eye out for any other creatures.
Sure.
Just in case.
Neal.
A perception check, kind.
Sorry.
Come on. Again.
Yeah, Sean.
I have a spell called Ethereal Barrier. Could I be an Ethereal Barrier? You cast it on surfaces. Can I be a surface for the purposes of this spell?
I can
cast it on multiple surfaces per casting of the spell.
Your armor?
Priest creates an imperceptible barrier of 10 square feet per level that may be arranged in any fashion the priest desires. Character can ward 6 10 by 10 foot surfaces.
It's usually for like warding rooms, because it's for people who are like using Shadow Walk or Dimension Door or like Wraith Form, I would imagine. But can you put it on a person to stop something that's ethereal from going into them?
I think you could cast it on someone's skin, and it would prevent any penetration via skin. But if someone had their mouth open and all the creature needed to do was to get into your stomach,
Sure.
You have Ethereal Barrier memorized today?
Not right now. I'm asking that because I have a nap spell ready, and I'm trying to get some things ready.
Okay. All right, so everyone marches off towards the keep. You guys get to the main gate, which is shut and barred from the other side. One of the knights starts calling for the gatekeeper, but there's no response.
There won't be anyone. The entire town is empty.
You don't know that. You don't know anything. You're here for the first time just as well as I am.
But we walked through the town earlier. Anybody who wasn't in the square disappeared.
Noble is not happy.
Does anyone have some rope or something?
Can you climb the wall, Ken? I mean, you've scaled many a tree in your time, I imagine.
How high is the wall, Neal?
It's maybe 5 feet of earth and then maybe 20 feet of stone. So you could do it, but if you failed, you might fall and hurt yourself.
Yeah, that's why I asked. Does anybody have some rope?
I think I have... No, I don't. I don't have the rope on.
No one has any rope.
Kind, I'll catch you. Don't worry about it.
I try to find like a part of the wall where climbing might be possible.
Okay, what is your climbing check?
I think rangers have a base 50% or something.
No, they got hide and shadows and move silently.
No.
So they use the human average, which is 40%.
Okay.
And there's nothing else. You just have a straight 40% chance to be able to scale this wall, kind. So hold on. Yeah, before you roll it, if a 40 is a pass, I'm going to say a 50 to a 60. I'm sorry, a 41 to a 60 is you start climbing and you fail before you would fall and take any damage, and then 61 through 80 is you fall after 10 feet, and 81 through 100 is you fall after 20 feet. Ooh, you get almost to the top. You're starting to throw your leg over when a loose brick slips and you tumble backwards and fall 20 feet onto the ground. Van Helsing, are you trying to catch him?
You know what? No, because I know how this goes. I know how this goes, Neal.
Don't do it.
You take 8 points of damage and land at Van's feet, and then his arms outstretch afterwards.
Van stretches his arms out and goes, "Oh, I ran over as fast as I could, but I wasn't quite fast enough."
I give a betrayed look.
I'll try it myself, and Van cricks his neck and he gets ready to try and climb it. But I'm not encumbered.
Give us a same roll.
D100. Pass.
All right, Van effortlessly scampers up the wall in his plate armor.
Kind, how did you struggle so much? This is actually really easy. I feel so limber out here.
All right.
Van will open up the gate.
Not a problem. The gate opens and the people begin to shuffle through. The whole crowd is quiet. The only sound is their soft feet padding around.
I go up to Van. At least heal me.
Of course. Van will give him a cure light wounds.
I think I twisted something.
For 2, he does another cure light wounds. There you go.
Damn.
Oh yeah, I'm full. We should look if there's any weapons in the keep. We need more than 2 of the guards.
Sure, yeah, we could arm some people who know how to fight.
Yeah, at least we should close the gate after all the people are through.
Is the gate like solid, or is it barred? Like there's gaps in the gate?
You've got a portcullis and then a wooden gate in front of that. So the wooden gate, the portcullis is currently up, and the wooden gate is solid.
Okay.
With a bar across the back of it.
Okay, so like we'll close that up and seal it, I guess. But I don't think a barred portcullis would do much.
Then it's not like it matters anyway. They can just climb the wall. They did it with the houses.
True, but might as well. Yeah. We can leave the portcullis open. It'd be faster to open just the gate than both.
People should. How big is the keep, Neal?
Quite large.
Big enough for all the people?
Yeah, they can all fit inside. There's not enough bedrooms for everyone, so people are going to have to just start sleeping on floors everywhere, but the keep is definitely large enough for all of you.
They keep it in the grounds, especially, so there's also enough place on the not enough room on the grounds, so people could make camp there. Okay, yeah, let's look into the keep itself.
Sure. Okay. Van's going to walk beside Mother Elise and say, "Mother Elise, I can create water in large quantities, but I can only create food in small quantities. Are you able to make up for this power that I lack?"
Ooh, good question.
We need some way to feed all of these people in the keep.
I don't think Esther has create food and water.
I can keep everybody hydrated. We probably have grain stores somewhere that we could use.
I mean, yeah, if there is some storage in the keep or in the town, we could try and look for it. But otherwise, we would have...
We'll have to start farming.
Well, I can't access regal goblins.
Yeah, I'm having the same issue. It's an ongoing technical problem that I've been trying to resolve and having issues with.
Let me check and see what sphere she has, and then just do it from there. So create food and water is what?
Yeah, I think Martha has access to it, but unless there.
It's probably creation. Yeah, it's a creation sphere.
Yeah, Esther does not have access, I think.
Let me check. Stop. I'm hitting history. Esther. By the way, Mother Elise, have you seen Father Owen anywhere?
She shakes her head.
Where was he when this all started?
I don't know. It's not like we... How would I know where he is?
He was not in the temple then.
He has... I work at one, he works at another. We're not headquartered in the same...
No, okay. Let it explain it. So, only the main square and the buildings were affected then.
Do you know where they store food in the keep then? We're going to need some way to feed these people.
She nods. I know where the cellars are.
Sure, I can create enough food, probably for everyone, over for at least a few weeks. Or I can create enough water, but food is going to be a bit of an issue.
I mean, Ben, you have this spell, you can create these berries, right?
Yeah, but that's like 1 or 2 people. That's not it's not an effective solution for entire groups.
I mean, a human can go quite a while without food, so we might be able to come.
Sure, but if people start starving, we might have a panic on our hands.
If there's not enough food in the keep, you might have to look around and try to hunt for anything. I don't know if there are any animals on this plane or whatever, but
you know, I'm gonna be honest. Even if we can survive here, I wouldn't call this living. I think we might have to set out on our own at some point, see if we can find some way out of this place.
First, we need to
get everybody back to our home.
First, we need to make sure this place is safe.
Sure.
I will, Mother Elise, you can show us to the cellar. Then it might be best if you try to keep the quarantine people in a place where we can overlook them.
Sure, I can do that in about an hour, but we'll worry about that in a bit.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I'll find a room for the quarantine people to stay in on their own, and I'll ask one of the town guards so they can keep an eye on it to make sure they stay in.
Okay. And I will head together with Elise to the cellars. The keep.
Okay. 1 sec here.
You say too many people. I say a prime food source. Oh God.
Hell. All right, we'll do this later. Sorry, what was the last thing you said, Bastian?
I will head with Elise to the cellar.
Sure.
And on the way, I will mention to one of the knights. Do you know where they store weapons in the keep?
Yes.
Armory.
One of the knights is already on the way to the armory.
Okay, good.
Yeah. All right, you get down to the cellars and find no food.
The keep, by the way,
the doors are in place, the walls are in place, the staircase is there, but as you go through it, you notice a lot of things are missing.
No furniture?
Some of the furniture, most of the furniture is there, probably all of it, but you just don't know what all the furniture looks like. But when you pass through the kitchen, you notice all the cupboards are empty, all the food is gone. When you pass down into the cellar, you have the shelves, but the things that would fill the shelves are mostly missing. You know, there should be some cured ham sitting right there, and it's not. And there's a barrel, and you go over to the barrel and open it, and instead of holding water, it's just empty. And you find a basket, and there's no apples in it, you know.
We might have a problem. It seems mirrors up Shirebrook, but without any food or other things. This place is abandoned. Makes sense. If this is another plane, who would have food here without any people? Oh. You have to get back. And we leave.
Okay. You guys all gather back into the main central hall. Mother Elise is calming the people and leading them in a group prayer, leaving the remaining 6 soldiers, warriors of you.
Yeah. I asked one of the town guards to keep an eye on the room that I let those quarantine people to.
Sure.
Just to make sure they stay inside. And then Van's going to talk to Kainsei. Kine, I'm gonna change some spells around, but I need to take a quick nap to do it. Can you keep an eye on me? I'm a bit vulnerable in that
We have
state.
a problem. There's no food in the keep, and I.
Did you?
Taking
Is
a
it
guess? There's probably also no food in the storages of the town.
It's worth checking. It's possible that the keep was just raided. Remember, it spent weeks being unoccupied before we boarded it up. It's possible all the refugees that were stuck in town just raided it before.
Even then, if this plane, whatever this place is, a mirror to our wood, what exactly does it mirror? Does it mirror only the buildings and furniture, but not the food?
I think that would be a good thing to check. I figure going to the stores in town, there's got to be something left in there. If it would be,
take a nap. I will have a word with the knight. Let's see if there's at least some weapons here. And yeah.
All right. Yeah, but keep an eye on me while I do that nap because I'm a bit vulnerable in that state.
Yeah.
Van's going to go and get ready to swap some spells around.
Asking the knight who probably did go to the armory. Vent, are there any weapons here?
The knight nods. All the weapons seem to be in place.
So the only thing that is missing is food or any organic material.
I didn't see any candles anywhere. A lot of candle holders. Candles are empty.
It makes sense. They are made out of wax and.
Well, trees are still here. That's plant material.
I don't know the rules of this place. We should maybe, since the keep, Van mentioned it, since the keep has been abandoned even back in Shirebrook for a while, we might want to take a look at the storages in the town itself. Maybe there's food. If not, we will
one
have
of the knights, Kelbretta, speaks up, saying that she will go investigate the town, see what she can find around here. See if there's food, see if there's weapons, see what sorts of things are left here.
You should wait until Van is ready again. Without any spells, you won't do any good against those creatures.
Okay, she nods. Van, you're gonna take a nap?
Yep, I'm taking a nap and I'm going through my spells right now and setting things up.
An hour passes. Uneventfully, Mother Elise is still leading people in prayer. Van, when you wake up and start trying to memorize spells, you cannot get in touch with Cheese. You cannot. There's no answer, and there are no spells that come to you.
Excellent.
So whatever you have on hand right now is, at least for now, all you've got.
Okay.
And we burned those healing spells.
Only 2. I still have a few more.
Okay.
So I don't have nap then.
I feared that this would happen.
Yeah. Okay, let me go over to what I kept then. So let me erase the things I was adding.
I will go to okay. Are you telling us this or?
I don't mention this to people yet. Okay, so I still have all my 3rd level spells. I don't have much left in terms of 2nd or 1st, but oh well, what can you do? So Van, upon noticing this, is going to go up to Mother Elise and just kind of wait for her to finish her prayer and look for a chance to talk to her alone.
Oh, she's been leading people in prayers since you went to sleep, so...
Yeah, so whenever she has a chance, I'll just speak to her alone.
Okay.
I don't want to rush it. I don't want it to seem urgent. I want to talk to her when
you get the impression that she's leading these people in prayer just to keep them calm and centered.
Okay.
Like she'll keep doing this until you guys come up with a plan.
Oh, okay.
So you can pull her out of this if you want.
Nah, Van's gonna walk off and speak to somebody else then.
Okay.
Yeah, I will. While Van is doing this, I will go to the room he let the people who are quarantined in, and I will, together with the guard, I will keep an eye on them.
Julius is the guard watching these people. He says that he let their family members in to talk with them.
I will
Neal.
enter.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead and do your thing first, and then I've got something I want to do, Neal.
Okay.
I will enter the room. By the way, this is while Van is sleeping, so it's...
Oh, okay.
Sure. You enter the room. There are the 7 people in here, as well as 4 family members.
Looking at the people, I think I keep a watch on them. Maybe a bit of small talk with them if they notice any changes. I tell them if they notice any changes immediately. I tell the guard at the door, so they might tell us.
Okay.
And I tell them we're sorry that you are confined to this room right now, but we must make sure that nobody else is in danger. This place is just beyond our understanding for now.
The 7 people are pretty agitated. They don't like being confined. They complain loudly that they're being jailed for having committed no crime.
You're not jailed. You're being confined because...
You've locked us in a room and put a guard on the door. How is that not jailed?
Creatures unknown to us, on a plane or place unknown to us, entered your bodies. We don't know if they're still in your bodies. Maybe they're not. Maybe they left. We don't know. And we won't put the other people in this keep at risk. Understand that, please. It's not like we are completely burying you from the outside.
Look, I'm fine. I feel okay. I think whatever it is gone.
You think it is gone. But I learned not to trust what other people...
Well, who the hell put you in charge, anyway? Huh? Why is everyone listening to you?
Because
listen to your accent. You're some stupid-ass commoner from one of the outer villages, aren't you?
I roll my eyes. Titles and ranks have no meaning anymore here.
The guy goes and starts pounding on the door. Hey, let us out! It's unfair!
I leave the room, but...
He tries to squeeze out with you. The guard keeps him inside.
No, I push him back into the room. So, not gently, but with force.
Alright, you manage to keep him inside with the others, and as you walk away, it starts getting louder in there as the others start coming forward and clamoring on the door, begging to be let out, demanding to be let out.
Something's not right. I can understand their feelings to the gods. If they do anything, call for us. Can't risk it.
Julius gives you a grunt.
If they use force...
I've kept people in prison before. I know how to handle them.
Good.
Eventually Van wakes up.
Yeah. So, unable to contact Cheese, Van, plans to talk to Mother Elise and then kind of has an idea.
What's this idea?
And I remember when we talked to those clerics at the place that we all killed. They mentioned that they weren't able to get in contact with Malchus. So at first we were thinking he came to the prime material plane, but I've got Van kind of goes off a hunch that might be wrong, but he's going to attempt to communicate with Malchus and say, in a desperate hour, a servant of your daughter seeks to contact you.
So,
anything?
Well, where do you do this? Let's.
I want to, if there's like a quiet place, because I know Mother Elise is leading people in prayer, but if there's like a quiet shrine to Malchus that I can go to for this.
There's no shrine to Malchus. There is.
Wait, we're in the
church,
keep. That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking of the temple.
The keep has its own small, it's not quite a full-fledged temple, but they've got their own little small church where you can go. There's no shrines to any specific gods, but there's...
I think Van probably has some incense and stuff that he burns occasionally when he does his prayers, and he'll set some of that alight, and then attempt to contact Malchus and see what happens.
You make your prayers to the god of chaos,
but
receive no answer.
Okay. Thinking that maybe something needs to change, Van's going to go find Jeeves and access Chester really fast.
Ah. Well, you find Jeeves sitting on Chester again.
I'm going to grab the statues of the gods. And I guess right now I'm only going to try with Cheese and Malchus. But I guess initially I'll try to contact Cheese, see if I need something a little bit more potent to be able to reach her. But otherwise, I'm going to attempt to contact Malchus and see if either one works with either of the statues added in. Just attempt the prayer again.
Okay. You've got the statues now. Is it just the statue of Malchus you brought out?
I have all of the statues, so I'll attempt it with Cheese first, because if I can speak to my god directly, that's kind of the ideal situation. But if not, I've got an idea that Malchus might be here.
Okay, so there's a carrying case that you bring out. Yeah. You just pull out the statue of Cheese, and sit down, go into some prayer for her. How long are you attempting this? Is it like a 1 minute she doesn't answer, or are you going to do like an hour? How describe your attempts.
I don't. What was it like the other times? Because I've contacted Cheese a few times in this campaign.
Yeah.
And like how long did it usually take for that to happen? Because I'd probably give it like twice the usual duration, and then if it doesn't happen at that point, I would assume that it's not working.
It's one of those things when you slip into the meditation and you actually are communicating with your gods, your sense of time becomes fairly skewed. So you're never really sure how long you were in there talking to her, but you understand it's not been hours. But it's also been it's probably like 20, 30 minutes maybe. Okay,
I'll give it like a solid hour to attempt to contact Cheese then.
No reply.
One attempt with Malchus then, because I've got this feeling.
Anything that you're doing, Kine, in these couple of hours while Van is trying to communicate with the gods?
Probably just people organize things, settling into the keep, trying to manage stuff, where people go, where they will sleep. Maybe some people are making camp in the grounds, just helping with settling in.
Oh, by the way, Neal, with that with the thing I grabbed from Chester, I have that amulet of Malchus. Wait, oh no, this is a Verasi amulet. Never mind. Thought that was a Malchus one.
At one point I will have a look at the armory of the keep. How good is the keep equipped?
Decently. I wouldn't say there's definitely not enough weapons here for everyone, but there are a few crossbows, a bunch of quarrels, spears, short swords, leather armor. Okay, you could probably outfit maybe 15 people total. Some of the armor's kind of old though. If you wanted to just give people weapons, you could outfit a lot. If you want to outfit weapons and armor, you could get 10 well-armed and armored people, 5 partially armored people, and then maybe another dozen armed but unarmored.
After after I had a look at the armory, I will try and find out what kind of people we have here. Are there any smith work? What kind of people have here in terms of jobs or professions? Because
most of them are former peasants who were just hanging around, refugees who were just hanging around. You've got what are their names? The Nomish family. Their names are, you've got Gunderflunk, Jurley, Dunsh, and Zany are the gnomes. You've got the owners of the other tavern, the owners of our proprietors, the people who run the Storebrook Inn. You've got some fishermen, some sailors, a couple of stonemasons. It's kind of a hodgepodge. Mostly peasants, a few professionals.
Anyone who can work with a smithy?
No smiths.
Well, I probably work together with the knights to determine who would be best put on guard with some equipment. It's determining some people. Hey, you look like you're from a background. You can maybe go with a crossbow and some leather armor.
Okay, so you try to arm the citizens.
Some. Like we're not just giving any random peasant a sword and a crossbow.
Sure.
Making sure that they are at least somewhat able to handle it.
Sure. You, with the help of the other people around, you're able to select some folks and arm them.
Okay. And then just doing all of this probably takes up all the time that Van needs.
Yeah, so what happens with the prayers to Malchus?
Nothing.
Okay. So Van's going to grab the statue of Astaire and head back toward Mother Elise And do I hear those people that are like banging on the door when I head back toward her? Okay, so I'm going to go over to that door really fast. And Van's going to say, hold on, I'll take care of this really quickly. And Van's going to sort of nudge himself in through the door and say, you need to calm down in here. You're going
Hey, you can't leave us locked up like this. It's not fair.
Listen to me. This is for your protection as much as it is the others. Those creatures might have left you, and you might be fine now, or you might not be. If something happens to you in here, you're all confined, and I would imagine you're relatively safe at this point.
Great,
but
so if one person gets screwed up, then we're all going to die, is what you're telling me.
No, I'm saying that if you were out there, and something showed that those things are still possessing you, I might have to kill you. But if you're in here, you're relatively safe from that. Trust me, this is for your protection as much as theirs. We're working as fast as we can to identify whether or not those things have left you. Just, I understand the frustration of being confined. I've been in that situation myself before, but have some patience and let us work through this.
What do you know about being jailed?
Maybe a bit more than you know. Van gives a quick smile and pats him on the shoulder and heads back out the door. And then I'm going to head up to Mother Elise and say, excuse me, Mother, but can I talk to you in private for a moment?
She passes the job off to one of the other priests, not a cleric, but another priest nearby, and heads off with you. What is it?
Van gives her the statue of Astaire and says with a grave look, see if you can contact your deity.
She takes it, holding one hand on her holy symbol, and heads off to a private room in order to commune with her god.
By the way, we still have all these amulets of Marcus in the chest.
No, oh, are they in the chest?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I messed up on that front. I only saw I thought the Verasi amulet was Malchus one, the one from the art objects that we looted, but I guess not.
Some time passes. A long time passes. Mother Elise comes back with a shaking her head. And one of the other knights, what is his name? Lord Kugler comes back. He's a fairly jovial older gentleman. No, never mind. Hold on, I'm looking at the wrong age. He's a fairly jovial gentleman. And he comes back with a bit of a smile on his face saying, you know, this might actually be a pretty cool world. I don't see a sun. Hasn't got any brighter or darker.
What an adventure.
What are you getting at?
I'm getting at it. The sun's never going to set. It'll never be nighttime.
I mean, don't you usually sleep through the night anyways?
Well, yeah, but, you know, more daylight. Isn't that better? No,
I mean, sure,
easier
but
to defend again.
I'm not sure if the fog monsters will make up for that.
Still, I haven't seen it. I've been looking for the sun, and it's just not there. And there's no, I mean, there's sort of shadows off of everything in all directions, but there's no, you know, source of light anywhere. What the hell is this place? Everything's just kind of lit. I mean, I was checking out some of the other bedrooms, and they're all lit, even with no light source and no windows, and there's no darkness anywhere.
I'm sure there are some advantages to this place, but I'd much rather be on my own home.
Well, sure, but this is pretty cool, guys. You don't even need lanterns anymore.
That is true.
Small victories. Van's going to, because there's a priest handling all the prayers now, so Van's going to go up and speak with Mother Elise in private and say, it might be that we're beyond the sight of our deities. They don't know to look for us here. It might help if we find a holy place, something a little bit more potent where we can try to commune with them. Perhaps they simply need to know where we are.
Temple.
It's possible of being sent to this place. We've slipped from their gaze, vanished entirely.
We could try again at the main temple in town.
Sure, that might do the trick. Light a bit of incense. The main temple. Use those statues.
I don't think.
I imagine that'd be like.
Bring all the people there. We should probably.
No, a small group, small expedition going out. I imagine that would be something akin to lighting a beacon for them. Something for them to find us.
That sounds like it makes sense. Shall we go?
Sure, let's set up a small group. Yeah, we could take Kine and leave the knights here, I suppose. The knights and the guards. They should be enough to defend this place for the time being.
Yeah, so the people need someone to guide them. I wouldn't want to take all of us.
Leave the priests as well, I suppose.
Of course. Let me just go speak to them and let them know.
Okay.
Mother Elise goes, talks to the other nobles, talks to the knights, talks to the guards, talks to the priests, and then makes an announcement to everyone that the three of you are going to go into an expedition into town, look for some supplies, try and figure out what's going on, and that you'll be back for sundown. Of course, Mother Elise wasn't privy to the conversation earlier.
I think at that point, I probably go up to Van, finish with my other things. Good that you're up and go. So whatever you were doing, one of the knights has a plan to try to look for some food down in the town. So yeah,
I imagine it wouldn't be too terribly out of the way for us.
Although, what do you plan to do?
We're heading out to the temple. I actually wanted you to come with us, Kain.
We?
Mother Elise and I.
I don't know if it's best if both our people who can do something against these creatures should leave the castle.
You could stay if you wish. In that case, we could have the knight come with us.
Then, one of the knights will come anyway.
Sure. Why don't you stay here and keep this place under guard then? That might actually be a better idea.
If anything happens, I will probably be the only person who can do anything against these.
That's true.
Yes.
Don't let that information become
on another plane. Excellent.
Look. Are you saying that Van's about to port key back to the prime material plane and abandon Kain?
Okay.
It sucks. I hate splitting the party as a player, but sometimes that situation comes up where it makes perfect sense in character and you just can't justify not doing it.
We could just leave Elise here. She's probably worth more than I am.
I'd rather... It's rather important that Elise comes with me.
All right. Why don't we take a break, and when we come back from the break, we'll see what happens. See you guys on the other side. Bye-bye.